Hey y'all, I'm Alicia, and today I'm going to be discussing some of the series that I will never finish. And if you're like me, you used to be the person that refused to leave a book and or series unfinished. Like if you started it, you absolutely had to finish. And I was like that probably until yeah, I think I was like that all the way through high school, and I finally stopped once I got to university because I was like, it's impossible and not necessary to waste my time on books that I'm not actually enjoying because I have so much to read for school and so much I want to read for fun, and my TBR is ever growing. I'm never going to get to the whole thing in my lifetime. But why waste time on books that you don't enjoy? So, without further ado, let's just get into it. The first series that I am never going to finish is the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. I think I have a review of this book up on my channel from years ago. I honestly don't remember much of the plot, and I honestly just remembering that it was boring, didn't have very good characterization or world building, honestly. Really wasn't into it. It was kind of boring. And the funny thing is, I actually didn't stop at the first book. Like, the first book was okay, and I was like, okay, I'll give the second one a chance because there's so much hype surrounding the series. So I gave the second one a chance, and it was worse than the first one. I didn't like it, and I decided right then that nope, I am not reading the third one. I'm not wasting any more time with the series because I'm just personally not enjoying it. I think what really fell flat for me is that the characters are so bland. Like I didn't like any of them. I didn't feel any of the chemistry between the kind of like romantic couples. Like I didn't like it. I didn't like the villain that much. Yeah, it just fell flat for me. So I'm sorry to those of you who really like the series. I know it is very popular, but I will never finish the series. So this is the first choice. The second series that I am never going to finish is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I read this book back in high school. I enjoyed it alright, and I bought the second book to read, but the second book has been sitting on my shelf for at least 5 years. Like, I don't know how long it's been sitting there. It's been a long time. And yeah, I just don't think I'm ever going to get around to it. The premise was interesting. The first book wasn't like, the most action packed, most exciting book I've ever read. I think I just got bored of it, and I was like, I'll read the second book eventually, and I never did, and now I never will. And yeah, so yeah, this is my second series. I do have to say though that this cover is like really gorgeous. It's like shiny and intriguing, and I really enjoy it. So it's a shame I will never finish the series, but at least it can look pretty on my shelf. The third series on my list that I will never finish is The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. And I know Rick Riordan's books, including the series and the spin-off series and like all of his other books, are so popular. So many people have read them and loved them, and I'm not even going to use, like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I can't read Harry Potter, or I can't read The Lightning Thief because I'm too old now. Like, I didn't read it when I was a kid. I don't necessarily think that's true. I think you can read it at any age and enjoy it. That being said, I think I read the first three books in this series. I have all five. I think there's five, right? There's not six. There's five. Yeah, so I read the first three, and there's nothing wrong with them at all. They're pretty quick, fast read. They're enjoyable. I think I just, like, kind of stopped reading the series for another book that was coming out. And honestly, I have no interest in going back and picking back the series back up. I think I would have to reread the first three to read the last two. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to. So I am glad that so many people love them, and I have nothing against these books. Like maybe I would recommend them to someone who's like 12 years old and looking to get into a good series. But yeah, I am personally just not going to finish them. The fourth series that I'm never going to finish is the Passenger series by Alexandra Bracken. This is a duology. I actually do have the second book. It is somewhere, you can't see it. It's behind me. It's like right there. And it's a shame. Like I actually listened to this via audiobook. I actually think I do have a review up on my channel. Again from like many years ago. But I did listen to this via audiobook, and it was my first audiobook ever, and I was listening to it at work. So I feel like maybe I missed a few details. I wasn't really paying as close attention as I should have. And I maybe would have enjoyed it a lot more if I had read it, at home, maybe the physical book, instead of, trying to absorb all the details at work when I was busy and probably stressed and just bored out of my mind. So yeah, I do think maybe if under different circumstances I would have liked it, but that being said, like, I don't think I'm ever going to pick up the second book because I think I would have to go back and read the first book again, and I am just not interested. I didn't love it that much. So yeah, this is nothing against this book, but I am personally not interested, not going to finish the series, and it is a shame because the covers for this is the first book, but the second book, like, the covers are so gorgeous. and I absolutely love them. And the naked cover for this book is absolutely gorgeous. I don't even know if this is coming across on camera, but it's like this light baby blue and it has this silver tree on the front, and it is just, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I should probably mention that the only reason I picked this up in the first place is because I really liked Alexandra Bracken's The Darkest Mind series, and I was obsessed with it at that point, and so I was like, I need to read every single book this author releases, and so I did want to support her, and I bought her novels even though I am not going to read these two, but I am going to continue to buy her novels in the future because she is just a lovely person and I want to support her and her work, and I'm obviously hoping to like her further works as well, not just buying them to not read them. But yeah, I actually do have Lore, her most recent book, I have on my shelf that I still need to read, and I'm excited for it. The next series that I'm never going to finish is Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I bought this because, oh no, my book is damaged. When did that happen? Oops. Anyway, side note. Anyway, so yeah, I bought this because I wanted to support Sasha and Lindsay. I had been following their YouTube channels up until then, and I mean, I still do. It's not like they released this book and I stopped, but yeah, I was expecting this book to be better, and unfortunately it wasn't. It received quite a bit of criticism, and to be honest, I never finished this book. I think I've started it 3 separate times and I have never made it all the way through. I don't think I'm going to try a 4th time, and I am definitely not going to read the next book in the series since I can't even make it through this one. But yeah, so this is one of these series that I will never finish. Now, my last 3 series on this list are tentative. I will never read again because I truly don't think I will ever finish them, but I might at some point. So the first one I have on my list here is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I absolutely love this show. I've read the first 2 books. So there's Outlander, and then there's also Dragonfly and Amber is the second one, and I actually have Voyager, the 3rd one, on my shelf. The thing is, these books are so freaking long. They're like, what is this one? This one's only 800 pages, but I think the second one was like 1,200 pages, and they're all very, very long. I think the series is up to like 10 plus books by now, and I just truly don't think I am ever going to make my way through all of them. The next series on this little mini list of books that I will probably never finish is the Iron Number 4 series by Pittacus Lore. I really liked this series in high school. I read them each time, like I had to wait a year between each release because they weren't all out at that point, so yeah, I love them. I read the first, I want to say 5, plus like the little short novella collection, so I think there's 3 of those that I have, so I read like 8 of them, like not 8 of the main series, but 8 books overall in this series I read, and honestly, I think I would reread them at one point, so, but I've been saying that for years. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna finish that series, and I just haven't. I just never make the time to, to carve out some time to not read new books but reread this entire series. I think I really need to do that. I do want to finish the series at some point, but in order to do it justice, I feel like I have to go back and reread the entire thing, and I might, honestly, because the first 2-3 books are my favorites in the series. So yeah, I think I might do that, but for now, this is on my will never finish just because it's been so long, and I keep saying I'm going to finish it, I just never do. And so I don't know if I ever will, but maybe. We'll see. And the last series that I will probably never finish but might go back to is the Raven Cycle, which is, I've read the first 2. I think that was the Raven Boys and, is it the Dream Thieves? Or the Dream Thief? Or something the second one's called? I'm not quite sure, but I do remember the second one followed like Ronan, his character, and there was a bird involved. Yeah, I don't quite remember. I read these both back in high school, so that was a long time ago. But yeah, I don't think I will continue the series. I think after the second one, I was like, okay, like it's kind of boring. I'm not really into it. I think I'm just gonna stop now. Or was it because the 3rd one wasn't out yet? I honestly can't remember, but I don't remember enjoying it like that much or liking it that much that I really, really needed the next one. But maybe at some point I will go back and reread the entire series, reread the first 2 and then continue on and finish the series. But as of right now, I don't think I have any plans to do that, at least anytime soon. So yeah, the Raven Cycle is on the list of series that I will never finish. That is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe, and I will see you next time with another video. Thanks guys, bye!